Today we live in a dynamic and fast-paced work environment. The only way to achieve transformational growth is by seeking and receiving feedback. I believe that we must all actively work on seeking feedback, since our journeys today is dependent on rapid learning and consistent growth. But we should also know how to receive feedback effectively. We often resist feedback we don't want to listen to. If you're on a quest of building something great, sometimes our blind spots get in the way, and all of us have a tendency to overlook our blind spots. I have seen this again and again, potential diminished due to one or two blind spots that are fixable. These flaws make us lose out on our untapped opportunities. This is where feedback plays a very important role, but we have to be the active seeker of it. And we have to think about who are the right people who can give us that reality check and offer a fresh perspective. Sometimes our own team members can provide us invaluable insights. It's not always somebody who's more learned or superior to you. Your own peer network can be a very important feedback source. And if you are unsure about the feedback you're receiving or you disagree, ask questions actively for clarity. It doesn't mean you agree with the feedback, but at least make an active effort to assess and absorb the feedback being given to you. Now, when any of us receive feedback, things to keep in mind is don't interrupt, and of course, don't get defensive. These are two very common things we indulge in. Even if you don't fully agree, listen patiently, reflect before you respond. To do this, we need to check out our ego, set it aside, and be open-minded about taking feedback. Remember that feedback is about improving your product or your personality. It's not a personal attack. The ultimate outcome of any feedback and purpose is to drive a positive change and a positive outcome. I generally work actively on receiving feedback. In my case, receiving feedback from people with whom I have leverage, meaning they may work for me or I may sit on their board, is very important. And then assessing it objectively, like I said, even if I disagree, and then thinking about, are there actionable steps I can take to improve the relationship or address the areas of disconnect. It's actually more powerful to create an environment where we are open to feedback. It can lead to unlocking many opportunities, perhaps to new ideas to innovate, perhaps to help us truly become that better leader, or perhaps to better customer success.